about circling. Thank you. I want to stand here for a minute and just suck this in. Amazing. We filled the schoolyard. Much. What battalion? 9th Battalion? Very good. Philadelphia Police Department. This is a tremendous, tremendous honor. To our panel of dignitaries, I thank you. This is an incredible honor to have been entrusted with this beautiful building that will give us many opportunities for academic growth. It has been a real joy. This is an amazing piece of history, and I wish to share with you that as you are all assembled here today in this amazing site, this 2.3 acres of a campus, this was always a school. It went back to 1750. Can you imagine? Now you guys know your history. 1750 was before what? The Revolutionary War. It was a long time ago. The school stood here during the Revolutionary War and was the scene of many colonial meetings while under the flag of King George of England. Many incredible historical connections are made here on this campus, and it is our honor to serve our students and district families and continue the vision of William Levering, his family, and those brave colonists who stood before all of us here today and who believed in public education and a better way of life, full of equality and freedom for all. I am very, very honored to be Marco Zanoni, your principal, along with Michael Garofalo, who is also the co-principal here among us. We have so many wonderful, wonderful faculty members and staff who present and to greet our new superintendent, William Height. Dr. Height, would you please stand so we could all right. Next to Dr. Height is our Chief Academic Officer, Dixon, Penny. Okay. To her left, to your right, guys, is Councilwoman Blackwell, who is the chair of the Education Committee for the state representative for this part of the Delaware Valley. Pam, thank you very much for joining us today. We also have representing our mayor, who is at the Democratic National Convention, CASA Local 502, Mr. Robert McGrogan. And Arlene Kempen, who is the Federation of Teachers. And thank you, Arlene, for being here. Jerry Jordan, who is the president, currently at the DNC. Directly behind me is a very special gentleman, and a future CEO, a future city councilman, and that is our very own Benjamin Frazier. Benjamin was, I hope, not so rudely awakened this morning, very early, by our superintendent, and then escorted here by SEPTA bus, which is going to be the typical morning routine for so many of our kids. But Ben represents all of us this morning, and he always does it with a smile on his face, a tremendous spirit of heart, and he's just full of energy and full of goodness. So Ben, I'm so proud of you this morning. And I can't wait to see all the video replays over the next few days and weeks. Also, I have our, of course, wonderful, beautiful students and their parents, our dear parents who are here. Anniversary of 9/11. I ask you to please pause and join me in a moment of reflection as our flag is presented. To all of our vets who are here this morning, please stand. And if our children could present the flag and our colors to our law enforcement, to our fire officials, and Amy Northwest. Jeremy.
Good morning. I'm Ashley, the Regent of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
Thank you, Ashley. Please be seated.
My name is Daniel Faulkner, and I would like to welcome the parents, the teachers, the community partners, and the staff of Amy Northwest. I would like to extend a very special welcome to our new Superintendent of Philadelphia, Dr. William R. Hite, Jr. This morning is a special time in the history of Amy Northwest. Our school has been in existence for over 30 years, and we are planning on being around for many years to come. We venture into our new life with solid roots, which will be planted here on the grounds of our new school. This tree and its branches symbolize our hope for developing new roots in our new community. Thank you for coming out to support Amy Northwest as we adjust to this new learning environment.
By my side. It really gives me great honor. Today, very early, as you heard me say earlier, Benjamin Fraser was met at his home and accompanied here, representing all of us here at Amy Northwest. And he was met by our brand new superintendent who's coming in from out of state. And I see it as an infusion of energy and great leadership. And I got to talk to him a little bit privately in my office, and I have to tell you, I was so impressed with his kindness and just his wonderful mannerisms towards all of our students this morning. So, Dr. Hite, on behalf of all of the kids here at Amy Northwest, our parents, the community here at Roxborough, we welcome you to our great city, and I'm glad you made Roxborough your very first stop. So please come on up. Outstanding.
Morning. Oh, this is more exciting than that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Don't these kids look great this morning? Yeah. Absolutely. And just in case we ever forget, this is why we do our work. These young people, this is why we get up every day, we prepare schools, we do all that we do. It's for those young people that you see here today and the other 100, almost 200,000 young people who are being educated throughout the city. I want to thank all of the students and families for being in school on the first day. It's good to see all of you here. Principal Zanoni, thank you, and the Amy Northwest community for your warm welcome. And thank you for planting the tree as well and for that acknowledgement. And the fellow attendees, the city district leaders, the William Levering's descendants for showing support, not only to the educational process, but for our students. And while I'm thanking parents, and you heard this morning, there's one family that had a little more activity this morning than you typically have during the mornings, and that is the Frazier family. And I know Mr. Frazier is over here. He's the father of Ben. And Mr. Frazier, we'll give you a hand. Thank you for having the patience, having all of those news cameras and reporters in your house this morning when all of you woke up and doing breakfast and all of that. And I will share that Ben's oldest sister, Bria, she's in high school, and she could not get out of the house fast enough to get away from all of that. And I said, are you going to miss this tomorrow? She says, absolutely not. It'll be nice. But I had an opportunity this morning, and I had an opportunity to accompany Ben and other students, Yogan, Chanel, Tatiana. We all rode the bus together, the SEPTA bus, and we all walked up from the bus stop here to Amy Northwest, and it was really an exciting time. And when I talked with those young people here, they were very excited about the start of the school year. I'm also excited about the start of the school year, and I'm excited for multiple reasons. One, because we get all of our young people back into school for this very important process we call education. But two, it's because the first day of any school year always gives you the thought that you can accomplish anything you want to do. And for school systems, it's always an opportunity to begin anew and to improve on what we've done in the past. And so we're looking forward to improving on what we've done in the past. I'm thrilled to be here at Amy Northwest with all of you this morning. I'm thrilled that so many individuals turned out for this bell ringing ceremony, and I'm thrilled most of all to have the ability to serve and provide all of the resources for these beautiful children that we're going to educate across the city of Philadelphia. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Dr. Height. Thank you, Dr. Height, very, very much. Your remarks certainly said with classmates and also Benjamin, present a little keepsake, a little memento. It's a little memento of of our school and your visit here today.
Congratulations. Thank you, Ben. Thanks a lot. All right. Thanks. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Just so everybody knows, there's a beautiful Amy t-shirt. We hope it's the right size.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning, Benjamin, Ashley, Daniel. It's a strange morning for me this morning. It's the first morning since 1996 that one of my own children isn't headed off to a Philadelphia public school. And in my family, we've had a ritual of taking a picture of my daughters on the first day of school. And I very much would have liked my children in a system led by our new superintendent, Dr. William Height. I want to again welcome him and ask you to join me again in welcoming him. Before the days of Superintendent Dr. Clayton, and those days, as some of the folks on stage will recall, in the 1970s, were probably the only days of greater financial stress in the school district of Philadelphia. But I believe if we all put our young people first, our city can build one of the best public school systems in the country. And I know that students, faculty, and staff at Amy Northwest are ready to work hard, and I know the rest of us are ready to do the same. finally, I want to ask for your indulgence. And since this morning I didn't get to take a picture of one of my daughters headed off to school, if you'll let me, I want to take a picture of all of you. Right. One more attempt here. All right, say cheese. Cheese.
Lori Shore is here representing the Office of the Mayor, and she is the Chief Executive Educational Officer. I think I have.
Mayor Nutter, who isn't back in town yet. This is the first bell ringing he will have missed, and I know how sorry he is for that. As some sort of compensation for that, he really did highlight Philadelphia education yesterday in his speech at the DNC. There's nothing more important to him or me or this city than this day, which is the beginning of a new school year. I want to thank all the folks that are behind me for the work they put in. Commissioner Ramos and the SRC. I can't say what a hardworking, dedicated, wonderful group of volunteers we have in the SRC now. Getting to work with them is a privilege. And for those of you who haven't gotten to know them or come to an SRC meeting, I encourage you to do that. And to our new superintendent, I was really honored to be part of the search committee, and I've got to tell you, we had an embarrassment of riches of candidates who wanted to come and serve this city. And the fact that Dr. Hite took our offer is something that we're all thankful for. But I want to remind all of you that no one person can be the change we need in Philadelphia public education. And every day what matters is that all of the adults, no matter who they are, support that triangle of teacher, student, and curriculum, because that's really what everything else is about. So the fact that so many community members are here, that the principal could name his partners by name, that we have a new building that people work to make sure work for students, all of that leads me to think we're going to have a great year. And I bring the mayor's best wishes and my own for this year and to the students. So thank you so much.
Representing the Philadelphia Federation of Teachers, probably one of the largest unions in the entire Commonwealth, Miss Arlene Kempton. Arlene?
I bring greetings from our president, Jerry Jordan, who is, I'm proud to say, he was an elected delegate to the Democratic National Convention, and he's on a plane right now coming back. So I do bring greetings from him, as well as his entire staff and executive board. The Federation, as many of you know, represents many, many different people, thousands of school district employees. We represent all different job classifications. Everybody has their own set of responsibilities and duties. We represent teachers and secretaries and nurses and counselors and librarians and classroom assistants. We also work very closely with employees we don't represent. We work very closely with administration, with principals, with superintendents, with custodial staff, building engineers. And while everybody has their own specific set of responsibilities, it's important to note that we all share one common goal, and that is to make our kids successful. That's our goal. That's our collective goal, no matter what our job is. And from the promise that I see on the faces of these kids, and from the determination and the enthusiasm I see on the staff's faces as well as our kids, I know we're going to meet our goal. Now, I was going through my files in my office yesterday, and I came across some remarks that were written, or presented, I should say. I'm not sure if he wrote them, but this was a 6th grade child who was graduating Clymer Elementary School, where I taught, and at the closing exercises, he made this presentation, and I was so moved by it that I asked him for a copy of it, and I keep it every now and then to refer to it, you know, when you need a little inspiration or a little validation.
To invite up, let me just pause for a second. Boys and girls, you're doing great. This is a young man who's a friend, and he also is moral support to all of the principals in Philadelphia. He's the president of the Commonwealth Association of School Administrators, Mr. Robert McGrogan.
Our new superintendent, and this collection of distinguished guests to help bring in the start of a new school year. The transformation that has taken place here is absolutely remarkable. This ceremony celebrates a new beginning and the creation of what is essentially a blended family. It brings together components that complement one another but didn't originate naturally. Here we have a magnificent facility that is a historically significant landmark in the community of Roxborough. The building will now serve as host to the Alternative Middle Years Northwest program that has an outstanding reputation of academic excellence for over 3 decades. Despite many examples of success, public education certainly has many challenges, some of which have been self-inflicted. But this transformation serves as a model that an intelligent idea is born, and if nourished, we certainly have the capability of seeing a project through to completion. While we are dressed in our Sunday's best, and the dignitaries are expressing encouraging remarks to students, communities, and families, we must recognize that this renovation is a labor of love, done for the children that we serve. Men and women who, for the most part, are unfamiliar to this audience, did an extraordinary amount of work in planning, preparation, and implementation over the past handful of months to make this conversion possible, and they deserve our appreciation and thanks. The principals, Mr. Zanoni and Mr. Garofalo, have worked tirelessly to see that retrofitting that was done here was of a quality that will permit this school to have the amenities necessary to give a state-of-the-art education. And I trust that the loyal and dedicated district administrators, teachers, and staff will have great success in working with the children that will grace the rooms and the halls for this school for many years to come. The students who are the focus of our collective energy, I want to ask you to harness this enthusiasm that you bring on the first day, take advantage of every day, so that you are equipped with the wherewithal to be successful in any endeavor you choose to pursue. I extend my most sincere well wishes to each.
This is, to me anyway, growing up in the city and being in the city my whole life, this is a living legend for me, and it's our Councilwoman Blackwell. Would you please come up and say hello? Okay.
Good morning. As always, let me first thank God for the honor and privilege of being here with all of you students, parents, community members, certainly with all our dignitaries, school officials, and especially Dr. William Height on the podium. This is an important day, and the beginning of each school year is a new opportunity for us to do our best, for us to put our right foot forward and say that this is going to be a good year. 4 things make you successful, young people. 1 is if you study hard, if you do your best. The second is if you pray hard. You got to pray to somebody. The third thing that always makes you successful is going to somebody. If you have a problem, it can be a teacher or a brother or Dr. Height or a counselor or a neighbor. There's always somebody there to help you. And the 4th thing that makes you successful is always do something, we call it giving back, volunteering to help someone in your block, in your school, or in your neighborhood. So if you do these things, we promise you success. God bless you and best wishes.
As you know, we are Commonwealth, and that is our state representative, Ms. Pamela DeLisio. Pam?
Good. You are going to shortly find that Roxborough is an outstanding community to live, work, play, and most importantly, to go to school. I look forward to seeing the strength of the school district continue to build as we incorporate the expertise of the new leadership from Dr. Height, guided by the School Reform Commission, led by Mr. Pedro Ramos, to educate the children of Philadelphia. And if you've had the opportunity like I have to have met the principals and the parents of the existing public schools in the 194th, trust me, they have strengths, and we welcome the strength that you are bringing to the neighborhood as well. There are many stakeholders. The Commonwealth has a responsibility to educate all of its students, all of the children throughout the Commonwealth, and we must deliver a very consistent quality educational product, and we're not there yet. We do it very sporadically. So the many stakeholders that are involved in this, the students, first and foremost, the most important stakeholders, the parents, the teachers, the staff, the future employers are all integral to the success that we must achieve, and we must ensure that all of those stakeholders are included in developing and delivering the best educational product that the Commonwealth can have. And you have my personal commitment to participate in any way possible to make your educational experience here the best ever, and the educational experience for all of the children of the School District of Philadelphia the best that it can and needs to be. So thank you, and again, welcome to the neighborhood.
School sign. 1, 2, 3. Can everyone please come to the center of the bench?
What? Yes, he has one. Michael, you have one, right? Okay. All right, here we go. Thank you. All right, everybody ready? Guys, in the famous words of Mrs. Dolores Solomon, on the count of 3, you guys yell out forever, Amy, and we're going to ring these bells as loud as we can. You ready? On the count of 3. Thank you, Mrs. Solomon. 1, 2, and 3. That was so cool. I never did that before. And I didn't think it was going to work, really, but it was great. Thank you. We're going in.